Om Shanti. Shivam is the name of Shiva, the name of the incorporeal Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. Why are we celebrating Shivratri, which is also called Shiv Jayanti? This festival is one that is very important to the Brahma Kumaris, and there is a deep connection between Shiva and the knowledge of the Gita. Shivratri, the night of Shiva, is also called Shiv Jayanti, the birth of Shiva, which means the avatar of Shiva. When you take birth and your birth is recorded, then it proves that you are here. The existence of incorporeal God, incorporeal nirakar, is very difficult to perceive. Shiva gives a very important mantra, and this mantra is Manmana Bhav. As far as my understanding goes, means this: perceive the mind of God with your mind. That is very subtle. And this perception of God by the soul itself is called yoga. So Raj Yoga is that yoga which connects the soul, the incorporeal soul, with the incorporeal supreme being, the supreme soul. So Satyam means the truth. Shiva means the one who is the truth, who speaks the truth. And this is the connection with the Gita. The Gita is the knowledge of the truth, which is spoken by the truth. You want to know who you are and how you can connect with the one who is called the truth. According to the knowledge of the Gita, falsehood means that you take the material world to be the only reality. This is falsehood. It means your perception is only through sense organs, and you cannot perceive the self. You cannot perceive Shiva, the supreme being, through sense organs. For this, you need the third eye. And so one of the names of Shiva is Triumbakeshwar. This is one of the ancient temples of Shiva. Triumbakeshwar means the god of the third eye. The first and most ancient temple of Shiva is said to be Somnath. And Somnath means the Lord of the nectar, and that is the nectar of knowledge. Because it is the nectar of knowledge given by Shiva that opens up the third eye, and then the soul is able to perceive the self and also able to perceive the Supreme Being. In the Gita, the most famous and widely quoted line is the one that refers to the promise of God that whenever there is the extreme of adharma and negative karma in Bharat, then I come and I teach you truth and I destroy adharma. One most important meaning of dharma is what you are. God presents to you what you are, and God also presents to you what he is. Now, many people believe that God is everywhere and is present in everything. This is so widespread, but it is not possible for communication to take place between the soul and the Supreme Soul unless there is differentiation. When you hoist a flag. And we have the flag, the yellow and red flag, showing the form of light radiating all around. This is the symbol of incorporeal Shiva, bringing the light of truth to all places. But bringing truth to all places does not require you to actually be in all places. You can communicate a message to everywhere in the world. Now, with communications technology, we are very familiar with this. All of the things that are associated with this festival contain secrets, and those secrets remain secret. They are there. These festivals have been celebrated for centuries, for millennia. And the secrets are held within the stories, within the rituals. But the question is, who can release those secrets? And it requires the avatar of Shiva himself to come and speak to us. And this is what Shivratri is all about. Ratri, the night, Jayanti, the birth. So the arrival of Shiva at the night, the period of extreme darkness, of ignorance, where people are totally caught up in materialism and really don't know anything else. And so Shiva is known as Buddhibhanunki Buddhi, the intellect of the wise. And this third eye is concerned with the eye of the soul, the eye of the mind, which can perceive the being of God, the eye of the intellect, which can comprehend. And when you see and you understand, then everything changes. You are awake, you are alert. And this is why during this festival of Shivratri, the devotees spend the whole night awake, and they have a ritual where drops of water are falling slowly on the image of the Shivalingam. This is also symbolic. These drops of water refer to the drops of information, the drops of knowledge, which slowly open up the eye of the mind and the eye of the intellect to realize, drop by drop, who am I? Who is he? The extraordinary historical moment that we are in at this time is preserved in these rituals and memorials of the festival of Shivratri. What are the secrets that we need to understand? Why is it so important? This is like a spiritual law. Whenever there is extreme darkness, extreme trouble, fear, chaos in the world, then the mind goes to God. But who is God? Where is God? What is our connection with God? What is the name of God? And this festival of Shivratri reveals these secrets. That the name is Shiva, Satyam-Shivam Sundaram, the truth, the one who is the benefactor, the seed, the one who is the beautiful, the one who awakens us to the awareness of who we are and who is he, what is needed at this time, what is this time. We call this Purushottam Sangam Yuga, the confluence between the Kali Yuga, the dark period of chaos, the night of ignorance, followed by Satyuga, the world of truth. Shivam, the truth, who brings the light of truth, destroys the darkness of ignorance, and carries the world from the period of Kali Yuga to the illuminated period of Satyuga. And this period in between the two cycles is this extraordinary time when Shiva takes birth. The avatar is the importance of Shivratri, the avatar of God at the time of extreme darkness, and he comes to bring the light of truth. So what does that mean for us? Well, first of all, it means we have to be awake. And, you know, it's quite easy to pretend to be awake, but we have to really be awake. And what does that mean? You have to be aware that I am a spiritual being, a child of the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. The soul is genderless. With the body, it takes a male form or takes a female form, but the soul by itself is a point of light. There's no gender in a point of light. And Shiva is also a word referring to the form of God, the point of light. The point of light appears at the time of deep darkness and communicates to us about ourselves, about himself, and about time, the cycle of time where we pass through the ages, Satyuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Kali Yuga, and then again Satyuga. But how to go from Kali Yuga to Satyuga? That is not a natural transition. It requires the intervention of the great light, the infinite light, and all of that light of knowledge and that light of power is contained in the infinitesimal point of light. Shiva comes as Shivacharya, the teacher. He says, I am your father. I have an inheritance to give you. And that inheritance is the knowledge, the truth about who you are, the truth about who he is, the truth about what is this world drama, the events and activities, the history and geography of the world contained within the cycle of time. When we are first brought to clarity of who we are created. We are the creation of the Creator. We are transformed. People use this word parivartan a lot with different meanings, but the important meaning for me is that we are brought to our original condition. The effect of time is completely reversed, and we are brought back to our original perfect stage. This is the power of Shiva to do this. Shiva is also called Mahakal, Mahakaleshwar. And there are many interpretations of this. Kal also means death. It also means time. So Mahakal is usually considered to mean the great death, but it has other meanings also. Mahakal means the one who understands the totality of time. And that expression of the totality of time, Swa-darshan Chakradhari, or the one who is able to see the cycle of the self. And so God knows the cycle of every one of us. Lord knows the cycle of the world. So the teacher of the knowledge teaches the totality of us to ourselves, the totality of himself to ourselves, so that gradually we can understand something so vast, so amazing, that we need to sit with it for a long time to contemplate and realize, what is this that is going on secretly in the night? Under the cover of darkness, Lord Shiva comes and awakens souls one by one and begins to give them the inheritance of knowledge and explain that inheritance as the teacher. The third very important function, the Satguru comes and gives the eye ointment of knowledge to destroy the darkness of ignorance. We are returned to the state of mukti and jivan mukti. Mukti means freedom, liberation, liberation from the bondages of karma. The giver of the knowledge, the inheritance of knowledge, is the knowledge of the laws of karma. And people know about karma philosophy to some extent, but it's limited. And so the celebration of Shivratri is a celebration of receiving that clear and accurate knowledge of the philosophy of karma, so that not only can we pursue pure karma in our relationships with each other and in our relationships with nature, but also to engage in pure karmic relationship with incorporeal God Shiva. By not knowing God, by not understanding who is God, what is God, then karma with God became contaminated, negative karma, and this has weakened the soul extraordinarily. The celebration of Shivratri has been also specially to help us to understand what is our relationship with incorporeal God Shiva, and how do we engage in pure karma with Shiva, pure karma with each other, and pure karma with the world of matter. Then we are made into Punya Atma. Punya Atma is the soul who engages in pure karma. All the many, many names of Shiva that are connected with the different temples of Shiva, when you look at each one of them, you are able to open up clarity about who is Shiva and what does he do, and what is our connection with him, and what do we have to do now that we are beginning to understand these things. So with these thoughts, I wish everyone a very joyous and happy festival of Shivratri. I wish that everyone will stay awake. That doesn't mean not go to bed at night, but stay alert and aware in the consciousness of the soul, and make this world a better place by following the Shrimat, the instructions of this extraordinary but invisible being who has appeared under the cover of the darkness of ignorance and who is among us. Satyam-Shivam creates Sundarta, the beautiful world of Satyuga. Thank you very much. Om Shanti.